Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. This is one of those days. I ran into this clip. You guys see the moniker. Republicans turn to fear mongering about Democrats, right? And I ran across this clip. With Rahm Emanuel. And he was having a heated exchange with a Republican, Glenn Youngkin, who was a former Republican governor for Virginia. And he was going on and on and on about Democrats changing their mind and ruling for X, Y, and Z. So let me play a beginning of the clip here. Let me play this clip.
Corruption. They don't like the White House looking like eBay. And you have sold, if it ain't nailed down, you've sold everything. And they don't like a set of politics that goes from the rule of law to the rule of one man. And they're going to reject crony capitalism that has been now the rule of what's happening at the White House. And you're going to get your comeuppance. And you can say all you want about socialism. I can tell you right now, that's not where the Democratic Party is. It's about building the middle class.
That escalated quickly.
Glenn, I want to
popular leaders.
See, it's true. American people are getting sick and tired of seeing that there's one set of rules for the rich people and another set for everybody else, right? Regular folks got to follow the rules. We got to pay taxes. We got to struggle every month. But somehow, the closer people get to political power, the more insider deals that keep happening. They keep making more money and more money and more money than everybody else. And that's why Emanuel said people are tired of getting hit and then seeing them benefit in the White House. Because when he said the White House looks like eBay, he said the White House looks like eBay, where everything not nailed down is for sale. Everybody instantly knows what he means when he says that. Because the Trump administration is making themselves richer. The son, the daughters, you name it, they get. Americans are watching the insiders cash in around political power. The Democrats are not in power. So it's not the Democrat. Family members are getting richer, connected people getting access. Everybody around the administration seems to be monetizing influence somehow. Meanwhile, regular people, we can barely afford groceries, rent, healthcare, or gas. And that's why Emanuel is calling it crony capitalism. Because public office is supposed to mean public service, not turning political power into a business opportunity for your inner circle. People are tired of feeling like there's one economy connected for the elite and another economy connected for all the rest of us. And here's where the hypocrisy starts to get obvious. So let's listen to Emanuel again.
The most popular leaders in the Democrat Party today
I want to compliment you.
Avowed socialists.
The most popular leader in the Republican Party has sold everything that's not nailed down. Take that ballroom and take everything that's going on with his kids, with what's Secretary of Commerce's kids, and with Witkoff kids. They are making money in this government, and you went into public service to serve good. And I compliment you.
And so did you. And so did you. And now you're sitting here defending a party that wants to have.
And you did not walk out. You did not walk out $4 billion richer.
Ron, you may have a point, but
this is why. Let me just begin.
You are deflecting. I think it's
There
is. You do have. Look, I live in New York City, the Socialist Republic of New York City. Thank you very much for that. We've seen it. You talked about Mikey Sherrill. The candidate to replace Mikey Sherrill in Congress, very much in the Zoran Mamdani AOC mold. That seems to be where you ask you poll people. Democrats seem to like these.
Mikey Sherrill ran in a 5-person field, and there was the mayor of Newark, the mayor of Jersey City, the president of the teachers union. She won the nomination. Another person, the congressman. 50% of the electorate of the new Democratic primary, where you had multiple choices, was the two most conservative members. That was also true in Virginia and Northern Virginia, replaced Jerry Connolly. 11 candidates, one got 59, the most conservative member. So I actually reject, and if you looked at Manhattan Institute, your paper wrote about this, Manhattan Institute does a poll of Democratic primary voters, to literally 50% describe themselves as moderate. I know where the noise is, but I also know where the voters are, and it's not the same.
So if I can, first of all, one thing that I believe is that the challenge we have in politics today is you can't have a discussion without someone unable to wait until it's their turn. And so just wait until I finish. And I will respect your time and you can respect mine, because that's the way we should treat each other as Americans and as folks that do respect the service that you've had. So I firmly believe that what is happening today in the Democratic Party, and I've watched it happen up close in Virginia,
Right.
is an effort to present as a moderate, because that's what Americans want. They want practical, common sense solutions
Right.
that make sense in their lives.
Right.
And yet what we saw in Virginia was someone who presented themselves that way and then turned around immediately and literally enacted policy decisions that she had said on the road she would not do.
Right.
And that's why she is the lowest rated from a favorable standpoint governor in modern Virginia history, because she told people that she had no interest in redistricting.
Right.
She told people that she was going to work to bring costs down and make things more affordable. And the first actions she took were the exact opposite. And that is the issue today, which is I firmly believe that the challenges that we see with favorability in the Democratic Party, and as we said earlier, there are challenges in the Republican Party as well.
Right.
But that challenge in the Democratic Party, I firmly believe, is rested in the fact that it is a party that is moving strongly to the socialist side of things, is presenting itself as moderate, and there are no moderates in the Democratic Party today who are winning.
We are the moderates of the Democratic Party. Because the same people keep screaming socialism. Every time somebody says Americans deserve health care, or Americans deserve free college, or Americans deserve free lunch, they always scream socialism. And we got to be honest for a second. Universal health care is not socialism. Nobody's talking about the government taking over every hospital and every doctor. People are talking about making sure Americans don't go bankrupt because they get sick. That's it. Because right now people are out there rationing their insulin, skipping their insulin. They take insulin every other day because they can't afford it. Skipping doctor visits, avoiding ambulance because they scared of the bill. And somehow we're supposed to believe that is freedom. Come on. Every other developed country figured out decades ago that healthcare should not financially destroy people. But in America, that second somebody says maybe families shouldn't lose their house because of somebody got cancer. And here comes a socialism speech. Everybody want to call Democrats socialist. We're not socialists. We just believe in getting free healthcare, free school, free college, free lunch for the kids, tax breaks, fair tax code. And there's other things that we believe in, but that's not socialism. And there's nothing wrong with us investing in America instead of just investing in the rich people. I believe we should take those tax cuts back, and then we should invest in healthcare. I believe we should take those tax cuts back from the rich people and then get free school lunches for all the kids. But see, meanwhile, these billionaires and millionaires keep getting these tax breaks, subsidies, and bailouts all the time. Didn't the president just give the EAU, what is it, EAU or EU? He gave one of them foreign countries a bailout. How the hell you giving people bailouts and the people here need healthcare, food stamps, everything else? And we going down the tubes, but you giving out bailouts to other countries. See how that works? I don't see how we consider it socialism if we helping our country. Okay. And then they do the exact same thing. They call it socialism when we want to give people free lunch and free college. You mean to tell me feeding our children in school is socialism now? Kids can't even focus when they hungry. Teachers have been saying this forever, but somehow making sure a kid eats free lunch before math class is supposed to be some radical political idea, and we supposed to be socialist because we do it. That don't even make sense to me. And college, we told an entire generation the only way to succeed was higher education. Tell me I'm lying. Then the tuition exploded while wages stayed the same. Now people are drowning in debt before they even start their adult life. Kids can't even, me as a boomer, I'm not a boomer, but I'm right there on the edge. Those boomers were able to pay for college, get a house. They made more money than the people do now. The people that just graduated, they barely make 25% of what the boomers make. That don't make no damn sense. People are drowning in debt right now. And when somebody says maybe public education shouldn't financially cripple people for 20 years. Suddenly everybody start talking about socialism. No, people are just tired of this system where regular Americans struggle for basic stability while the people at the top keep getting richer and richer. Okay, bullshit. Let's finish the video.
It's just that simple. Who, by the way, they may win at a ballot box, but when they start leading and serving, they are demonstrating something very different.
All right, Ron, we've got a little more time than on the clock, I was told, because it was such a fascinating conversation. So, but respond to that, Ram, and then I do want to get on to at least one subject of policy.
Let me just say this on the redistricting. This all started in Texas.
It's not true.
Well, I respected the respect part, didn't I?
I got it.
Right.
I'm going to bite my tongue. My wife would have yelled at me by now. So
yeah. Well, let me do it for her.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. She's not here, so let me hand it for
okay.
you. Okay. Yeah. In fact, let's start with our pillow talk. I'm not too happy about this marriage anyway.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry.
You make sure you guys hitting the like button, please, and thank you. The like button. Subscribe if you can. We'd like to have content like this every night at 10 o'clock. You know, just a clip of a snippet that gives us a snapshot of what's going on in our country. I appreciate it. Hit the like and share, please, and thank you. Let's finish the video. It's almost done.
Why don't we keep getting back to the bench?
That may say a lot about the two of us. So number one, redistricting has been started here in a way, and I'm watching China. They're working on research. We're working on redistricting. We're working on ballrooms, and they're working on bullet trains. This is you can sit there and say this. Do we have challenges on our party? I was there before you were there. Now, be quiet.
I was doing something else.
Governor, I did respect you.
You did.
I respected your minutes, and I didn't interrupt.
This was a heated exchange. They went back and forth big. If you can go back and look at the full tape, they hot.
I'm asking for equal time here.
Got it.
Okay. Number two, that I understand your desire. You want to say that about socialism, etc. You got one mayor, and that is it. It doesn't define a party. I got many more senators, many more congressmen, many more governors who have actually, your colleagues that you used to work with, who are actually doing sensible policies, growing their economies, and etc. You will not defend, because I know you as a character person, you believe in actually the free market. That is not what's going on in this country. What's going on in this country is we're using a type of crony capitalism and corruption to define a political system. That is both true on the tariffs. It is true on how contracts are laid in the Pentagon. It is true of how they have been rewarding, penalizing, and it's hampering the economy. Now, I happen to think we have a challenge on our party, and the real challenges aren't ideological.
All right.
When you look at the last 25 years, the challenges for both parties is the establishment versus the anti-establishment.
Okay, look, you
and
both
it's
make
less
those
ideological. What's going to happen to the rule one man, and they're going to.
No, the problem is we have people who need term limits. We need to get rid of the people that are there. We need to systematically change the people that are there. There's some people that are 80 years old sitting in a spot. Have y'all seen Mitch McConnell? Mitch McConnell can't even walk no more. Mitch McConnell can't even walk no more. He can't do nothing. When they were talking to him and he was in front of the camera, he fell down because he couldn't walk no more. These people need term limits. We need fresh blood in Congress. We need smart people to come in to run for office, and we need these people to figure out how to straighten this country out. Because I firmly believe the parties that are in charge right now don't know what they need to do. They are so entrenched with money that they cannot help the American people, and the American people are drowning out here. We need a radical change. You know what? Trump getting elected was a good thing, and this is what I'm going to say. Trump was getting elected was a good thing because Trump didn't worry about whether it was illegal or legal. Trump did what he wanted to do. So now, if the Democrats come in power, Democrats shouldn't be hindered or hampered by what's legal and what ain't. They shouldn't be hindered or hampered about the truth. They shouldn't be hindered or hampered about what the American people want. Just do what needs to be done. If you're a Democrat and you come be in charge, then you just do whatever you want to do. We need universal health care. We need term limits for all y'all in Congress because y'all don't know how to put the American people first. We need the free lunch, free college. We need a fair tax code. We need all of these things. We need to first get rid of these people that are in Congress right now. First off the bat, if you've been in Congress for 20 years, you got to go. And then we're going to have a primary. We got to have a primary so we can get rid of y'all. Because all of y'all are too old to figure out that this country needs a complete and utter overhaul. It needs a complete and utter overhaul of the education system. Fine. Trump came in and he started firing this person, but he didn't replace them with people that would change the system. He didn't replace them with nobody. He just fired people. We can't have people just firing people. We need people who are actually smart. We got young people that are smart, 40s, 50s, 30s, 40s, 50 that could get into Congress and then overhaul this country, change this country, put this country on a different trajectory than what it is right now. We need to get out of the war. We need to change the Supreme Court term limits. We need to advance the Supreme Court. We need to get everybody that's out of Congress. We need to change the gerrymandering laws so we don't have to deal with this garbage that they're doing right now. They want to have an advantage. The Republicans want to get an advantage. So the Republicans are doing X, Y, and Z. Everybody wants to have an advantage, but everybody should have free and fair representation. It just is what it is, right? We have got a problem on our hands. Okay, we have got a problem on our hands with these old folks in this Congress, and all these people need to go. I've just come to the conclusion that y'all don't have the good people's you don't have the good people's people or the country's good you don't have anything that good to say about the people in America. You're not looking out for what they need. You're looking out for what rich people need, and I'm just irritated that we got to continue to deal with these people and they don't want to have. Look, California just had a bill or a referendum, or they had something where they could have got universal health care. They could have got universal health care. Why didn't that smarmy ass Newsom get them universal health care in California? Because they got rich people telling them you can't do universal health care because we got paid insurance people. That's why they couldn't do universal health care in California. Okay. Universal health care should have been in California, and California should have been the gold standard. California should have been the prototype, but smarmy Newsom said no. Okay. So now we have to figure out what the hell we got to do. We need to get rid of the people that we got. All those people in Congress got to go. Because apparently there's a bunch of sexual corruption, a bunch of affairs and goofy shit that's going on behind the scenes. Those people have been there for decades, and they don't overlooked everything. They don't have the American people in mind, not the goodness for the American people. They don't. So it needs to be new blood. That all of these people that are going got to get kicked out of office. I just believe we ain't gonna get nothing. We ain't gonna never get nothing. Why can't we? We are industrial. We are one of the leading countries in the world. Why we can't have universal health care, single payer health care? Why we can't have that? People got free lunch. Israel got free health care. Israel got free college. Why can't? And we giving them money. Why can't we have free college? Why can't we have free health care? Why we can't have the same thing? We can't have the same thing because the rich folks don't want us to have it. And the people in Congress have been paid off to tell us no. They have been paid off to tell us no. So we have to get rid of these people. Yeah, but we are a major industrial company. We can figure out, we got smart people that are 20, 30, 40 that can figure this shit out. How we can make it work. We got to try. We got to try, because if you keep thinking that we got to keep doing the same thing over and over again and thinking we're going to get a different result, then you're wrong. You're not on my team. My team is let's overhaul everybody. Let's get rid of the people that's in Congress right now. Let's get rid of those people. We systematically change those people out. You get term limit, you get 2 term limits, or you get 3 term limits. 3 term limits is a good 15, 20 years. That's all you get. then you don't get no more terms in terms of we need fresh blood in there. We need fresh blood. Definitely we need fresh blood in there now. Okay. Because right now I'm disappointed with the Republicans because the Republicans are letting things go the way they're letting things go. No, we can't have you letting this president do what he wants to do. Nobody wanted to go to war. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say and how you say it. We at war. We got to do what we got to do at war, but nobody wanted to go to war. And since they keep doing everything that we don't want, no, they need to be voted out of office because you did several things that we didn't want. And we got war on our hands, and you're asking for billions of dollars, and billions of dollars. But we can't have health care. But we can't have free lunch for the kids. We can't have free college. We can't have nothing. We don't get nothing. The American people just don't get nothing. Okay? But we got to go to war for a war we never wanted, but we don't get nothing for it. No, that don't make sense to me. So therefore, everybody that said all those people in Congress need to go. We need to switch and swap for a younger group of people. Okay, for a younger group of people that are smart enough to get us universal health care, that are smart enough to save Social Security, that are smart enough to get free school lunch for all of our kids, that are smart enough to figure out the term limits and how to save this country. Because we are going down the wrong track. We pay terrible insurance rates right now. If we had universal health care, a single payer health care, it would be cheaper. Okay? It would be cheaper if we had universal health care. And people wouldn't go bankrupt when they went to the doctor. And we would start out by being preventative and not, but when somebody gets sick, they got to go to the doctor. There's all different pluses for universal health care. There's pluses for kids having school lunch. There's pluses for the middle class being able to go to school for free, state college going to school for free without getting into debt. Okay. These are things that I'm advocating for as a Democrat. These are things I'm advocating for. Any candidate that's on board with these 3, 4, 5 things that I'm talking about, that's the candidate I'm going for, except Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom makes me nervous. I don't like him. Don't bring me no Kamala Harris. I don't like her. Don't bring me none of those people. Anybody you see on the stage right now, don't bring me none of those people. I need somebody new. We need somebody new. We need somebody who wants to inject some life into this system, into this country, because we are a dying, a failing country right now. Okay. We don't care about it being socialist, sir. We don't care about that socialist thing. That socialist trope don't work on me. That don't work on me. I don't care about whether you think it's socialist or not. We need certain things in this country. We just do. We need certain things in this country, and we cannot afford to keep going to war with people. We just can't afford to do that. We don't have money like that. Has anybody wondered? Donald Trump came in, the Trump administration came in, and they started cutting stuff, cutting people's jobs, cutting all these policies, cutting these contracts, cutting all this money, cutting these all these departments, cutting all that. Where did that money go to? Has anybody asked that question? Where did all that money that you saved, that y'all cut, where did that money go to? Okay. We can be at the top all we want to. We're failing. America's failing. And Donald Trump just exposed the failure. He just exposed the failure. How easy it was to change the system and not do it legally. And this president is doing illegal stuff. I don't care whether you like it or you don't like it. He is doing illegal stuff. It is what it is. So, and that's just the way it is. So my whole thing is, let's see if we can bring some new blood into this country, some new blood into this Congress, new people who are going to actually do things for the people, the middle class, because I'm all about the middle class. I ain't about no rich people. I'm not about just the poor people. I'm about the middle class, because the middle class is about to be the poor class, or the middle class is the poor class now. Thank you very much. And we need to get back to what we need to do. You think Congress works target pay for their health care? No. Here's the thing. If we can pay for a war, we can get free healthcare. We can figure somebody in this country is smart enough to figure out how we can get free healthcare. Somebody in this country is smart enough to figure out how we can sustain free healthcare. Somebody in this country is smart enough to figure out how we can sustain Social Security for our elderly. Somebody in this country is smart enough to figure out how we can get free lunch and free college. Somebody in this country is smart enough to figure it out. I'm calling all of y'all, Republicans and Democrats and Independents. I'm calling all of y'all out. There's somebody that's smart enough to figure this out. Okay? I don't care about the party. I don't care about the party at all. I care about whether you want to move this country forward.
Or reject crony capitalism that is now the rule of what.
Unless you want to move this country forward, or you just want to continue to do the same thing we've been doing. Are we going to continue to do the same thing we've been doing, or are we going to try to move this country forward? Okay? I don't care what you did in the past. I care about what's happening right now. Right now, we're in the middle of a war that we really can't afford. We're in the middle of a war that we really can't afford. We can't afford to keep doing the same thing with the war, spending money like we drunken sailors. All of that. The first thing we need to do is we need to figure out how to take back those tax cuts from the rich people. That's the first thing we need to do. Take those tax cuts back. Second, get money out of politics. We can't do the money in the politics thing. We need to pass some laws. We need to do something that takes money out of our politics. Because all the money that went into politics now, they don't want to do nothing that we want. They don't want to do, all them people in Congress don't want to do nothing that we want done. They want to do what they want to do with our money. Okay? All these lawsuits that people keep filing against the government, we paying all of that. Frivolous lawsuits, regular lawsuits. I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it that our president decided that he want to freaking sue us. Our president is trying to sue us to get $10 billion. Make that shit make sense. If that ain't corruption, I don't know what is. Okay? I don't know what is. Okay? But that's all I'm saying. Y'all hit that like button, please, and thank you. I appreciate y'all hitting the like button, the share button, the subscribe button. I appreciate all of that. Okay, I just happened to get on here tonight and just wanted to talk about what the hell is going on with our world and this heated exchange between this Republican and this Democrat. I don't care about Republican and Democrat. I care about what's going on with the middle class, because we keep getting poor and poor. We got to work harder. 2 jobs, 3 jobs. We still can't make it. If your mortgage is over $1,500, you scrapping. You scrapping. You broke. If your mortgage is over and it ain't 2 of y'all working, you broke. Okay? It is what it is. But that's what we need. We need to figure out how we can get somebody to get us universal free healthcare, single payer, free college, free student lunch. Get money out of politics. That's the first thing. Okay? So I appreciate y'all coming. So this is the bigger frustration behind all of this. Okay? Americans can handle disagreement. We can handle all kinds of fights. We can handle policy debates. We can do that. We can have our political fights. Democrats ain't shit. Republicans ain't shit. We got all that. What we cannot handle is feeling like the system protects the insiders and the rich people while all of us get sold down the river. The rest of us. The rest of us get sold down the river. Okay? All of that fraud. I'm hot about the fraud too. Okay? I'm hot about that too. Excuse me. That's why the trust in this government and any other official is out the window. All out the window. Because we don't know who's stealing from us and who's not. Okay? But the one thing we can't worry about socialism. Somebody calling us socialists because we want to have free healthcare, free lunch, and free college. And a bunch of us Americans are starting to question what the hell is going on with our government. What the hell is going on with our government? We can't trust our government. Sure, I don't. I don't know jack shit. Okay? I don't know jack shit. If the government only works for the rich people, what the hell are we doing? Are we working for the rich people? That's all we doing is working for the rich people. Everybody want to keep it the same. Everybody want to just stay the same. Don't nobody want to have no revolution in this country. Nobody want to change anything in this country. Nobody want to do something radical in this country. I don't want to be at war. I don't want to have nothing to do with no war. I don't give a damn about them people overseas. Not like I do American people. Not like I do my American people. Sure I am. The war ain't lost. Because if the war was already lost, sir, we would be done with Iran. Iran got us over a barrel. Stop it. Rich people don't create no damn jobs. Not for the poor. Definitely not for the poor. Because we are in some terrible times right now. We are in precarious times right now. Okay? And stolen, okay. What do you mean? Donald Trump ain't trying to stop no fraud, sir. Donald Trump is doing the fraud. You're goofy. You need to go home and read, okay? You all need to go home and read. I'm not here to defend Donald Trump. I'm not here to bash Donald Trump. I'm here to say the American middle class is in trouble. That's all I'm trying to say. The American class is in trouble. You're ignorant of the facts, young lady. You're ignorant of the facts. If you think there's not corruption going on in this administration to the hilt, if you don't think that's no corruption, if you don't understand that, I can't explain it to you. I can't. So you all please hit the like, share, subscribe. Yeah, I am definitely that. I am definitely that. AC verse, I am definitely that. Definitely. But I appreciate you all stopping by. Please and thank you. Put something in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. I like to come on here at 10 o'clock and vent and rant and everything else. But the rant was for changing Congress. The rant was for why we can't have health care, why we can't have free lunch, why we can't have free school. This is why I came on here to rant. I appreciate all of y'all coming out. Please and thank you. Hit the like button, please and thank you. I hit the like button for me. Yes, it is a blah, blah, blah. Because we have people who want to sit and do the status quo. I want to shake things up. I want the middle class to win. I want the middle class to start winning. Not sitting on the sidelines trying to figure out how I'm going to afford bill, how I'm going to afford my rent, how I'm going to afford to pay for my car note. I want the middle class to start winning. If you want the middle class to start winning, we're going to have to change all of those people. He ain't trying to change no corruption. He's a part of the corruption. Y'all wild. But hit the like, share, subscribe. I appreciate y'all, and I will see you in the next video. I will see you all at 10 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow with another rant. I appreciate all of y'all. I do. I appreciate all of y'all.